Hello and welcome back to tonight's countdown, which sees cars, trucks, planes, helicopters and even the humble bicycle bring pain to the people that would try to control them in RudeTube Man vs. Machine. Although our next video should perhaps be called Man is Machine, as we meet musician Sickick, who has gone for a look best described as budget Robocop. That is a lovely face mask thing you've got there.
My name is Sickick and I've always been interested in music. I make a genre called stick hop that I've created, and I have a following that I call my Sickick Army that helps me elevate my music and my sound to the world.
Humanity has long dreamt of the godlike ability to create life in its own image. And now, through robotics and artificial intelligence, that dream is closer than ever. But how old is that dream? 10 years?
Whoa.
20? 30 years?
I'm alive!
40? Not even close. How about over 2,000 years? That's right, creatures that were made, not born, began appearing in stories as far back as the time of Aristotle and Homer. In the tales of Jason and the Argonauts, we meet the earliest of these, the toughest, most unstoppable robot of them all. No, not him. Not him either. I'm talking about the legendary bronze giant Talos, who was programmed to protect ancient Crete from invaders, marching around the island 3 times each day. Gates, Jobs, Dyson, Musk, the modern giants of tech have dazzled us with their innovations. But they follow in the imaginative footsteps of the ancient world's tech titans, Daedalus, Medea, Prometheus, and Hephaestus, maker of Talos 1.0. The mythical Daedalus not only imagined human flight way before the Wright brothers, he also created perhaps the world's first escape room, an impossible labyrinth, as well as crafting statues that were virtually indistinguishable from their real-life counterparts, and even possessed the ability to move on their own. But ancient robots were not limited to island security and imitation of sheep. The seemingly modern idea of humans falling in love with machines is actually an ancient one, as Zeus himself commissioned blacksmith/bot maker Hephaestus to make the world's first fembot, Pandora. But modern iconic robots are not just based on ancient fiction. Some fan-favorite androids are knockoffs of real contraptions and sculptures from antiquity. Does this 2,700-year-old Sardinian stone sculpture look familiar?
How rude.
And there's evidence that the Greek mathematician Archytas built a genuine mechanical flying dove 2,400 years ago. Or check this. In the 1st century AD, Hero of Alexandria built some of the most incredible contraptions of the ancient world, including mechanical plays in which all characters, scenery and props were moved by way of an elaborate series of ropes and gears. As the centuries passed, people studied ancient Greek designs like Heroes and created increasingly impressive automations, like the watered power orchestra of Ismail al-Jazeera, the mechanical knight of Leonardo da Vinci, and the automaton monk commissioned by King Philip II of Spain in the mid-16th century, which is, to this day, perhaps the only robot whose primary function is to pray. Who knows? Perhaps one day, we will possess the ability to build life itself. But the ancients didn't just imagine mad cool tech. They foresaw problems and anxieties such creations would engender. Remember Hephaestus' famous fembot Pandora? She was actually created to punish humankind for stealing fire from the gods, long before Skynet ever thought of T-3000. Pandora was endowed with human traits like beauty, intelligence, and cunning. She was given a jar containing every kind of evil, including death itself, so that man, unable to resist, would be forever doomed to suffer and die. So the ancients would have a lot to say about our so-called progress. Self-driving cars, swarms of delivery drones, and our Internet of Things. Maybe we should hear their stories. Adrian Mayer, author of the book Gods and Robots, Myths, Machines, and Dreams of Ancient Technology, says that exuberance, awe, and anxiety were features of many ancient stories about creating artificial life. Fears of tech, says Mayer, were dreamed up by a culture that existed millennia before the advent of robots that could win complex games, hold conversations, analyze massive amounts of megadata, and infer human desires. But the big questions are as ancient as myth. Whose desires will AI robots reflect? From who will they learn?